235 cards in the core set, and we have all of them ready for us to check it out. They've adjusted a few of the old cards, so I will be looking over those. I'm not going to go too much in depth about the meta that I think is going to evolve from this, or what I think needs to be changed or adjusted. This is more to just take a look at this. I'll make a future video probably talking about what I think might be strong in the core set, and what we could see as an evolving meta since we do have a few new cards. If you are interested in checking those videos out, feel free to subscribe and click the little bell to know the next time I upload a video. If you did enjoy this video in particular, please leave a like, I would appreciate it so I know what you guys are interested in watching. And additionally, just comment down below throughout the video if you notice any interesting combos or some cool cards and ideas to check out. I'll reference those in the next videos for possibly building some decks around it. I won't waste much more of you guys' time, let's just get started. Battle Fiend, Crimson Sigil Runner not changing. Chaos Strike is now a Fel spell, so once again we're going to have this tribal of spell types. I'm interested to see exactly how we're going to make these work, but Chaos Strike now having that tag is really cool. Feast of Souls has the Shadow tag, which is good to note. Korvath's Bloodthorn, okay, so new legendary card we're going to get. 2 mana 2/2 Charge and Lifesteal. I thought we were done with Charge. After you play a card with Outcast, return this to your hand. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna basically have an evasive bouncing charge minion. This is cool because it's got charge and lifesteal. Like, this is just a little bit of extra pressure to keep the health differential better for Demon Hunter. I kind of look at this like a hyper upgraded Penflinger, right? Because we're basically trying to weave in Korvath every time we're gonna be playing an Outcast based spell. I don't know if that's too slow or too expensive for what Demon Hunter wants to do, because in the Soul Demon Hunter variants, we still ran Penflinger way back when, right? So like, this is just similar to that, but now we're limited to Outcast instead of just a spell, which is a little bit harder to do. So if there's more Outcast stuff, this is going to be cool. Otherwise, my initial gut instinct is it's a little slow, but I mean, Charge, you love to see it. Sightless Watcher, Spectral Sight, Eldraki Wardblades, Coordinated Strike, Eye-Beam is a Fel spell, okay, so not much changing here. Gnarg Glavesmith. Okay, 3 mana 3/2 demon outcast, give your hero 3 attack this turn. This is kind of like Stilt Stepper. Not in the sense that it's an outcast, but it's just a, hey, we can give you a quick attack buff. I underrated Stilt Stepper going into the meta, but it's just a good chunk of burst damage that can help close out games. This isn't terrible stats for the body, so this could be pretty cool. I think this card has a bit of potential. Pretty efficient 2-drop in stats with 3 attack. The way I see it is like you're combining a 2-drop with basically like a Sinister Strike, right? Like, that's more or less that 3 attack is going uptown early on. Combining those and putting it in one of the most aggressive classes that Hearthstone has seen, I think Gnarg Glavesmith's pretty top tier. Ashtongue Battlelord, nothing new. Fel Screamer, nothing new. Chaos Nova, Fel spell. Warglaives of Azzinoth is a 3/3 weapon. I don't think this got nerfed to a 3/3 in the current meta, but this is definitely a noticeable change that we have. And Illidari Inquisitor, okay, 8 mana 8/8 rush demon. After your hero attacks an enemy, this attacks it too. Interesting. This is going to be really efficient for board clearing. I think right now the problem is big demons in Demon Hunter is just not a tribal that exists very well. I don't see this seeing play, but this is a cool card, especially when you can swing one attack with rush and then you have another attack that goes in when you want to poke it with something. This is cool. I like this card. Not sure if it's got a lot of potential. Moving on to Druid, we have Innervate. Innervate moved up to rare and is a nature spell, so another tribal that we'll be looking at. Pounce, probably not relevant. Enchanted Raven. Nice, we're bringing back the old Karazhan boy. Mark of the Wild, give a minion taunt and +2/+3. Nice, we're buffing these old spells that no one ever wanted to use. It's all played. The +2/+3 is a bit better. I don't think this is relevant enough. Like, right now, the standard of hand buffing at 2 for me is like Hand of a Doll, right? For +2/+2 and a draw, and I think a draw is much more valuable than 1 health and taunt. Maybe Druid has a way to capitalize on this when I'll look at it later. Right now, that's not too impressive, but cool to know. Power of the Wild, Feral Rage, nice. Landscaping, OG, nature spell. Wild Growth's a nature spell, so we're still giving Druid access to ramp. Nordrasil, I hope I pronounce this right, I'm not a big WoW person. Nordrasil Druid, 4 mana, 3/5, Battlecry, the next spell you cast this turn costs 3 less. This card's gonna be pretty good. I think I've learned my lesson, and saying that anything that does good cost reduction is going to be relevant, and this card absolutely gives me the impression that we're gonna have some pretty powerful stuff here. Making a spell cost 3 less in the same turn, admittedly, is a little bit limiting, but like, we're running Lunar Eclipse in some decks just because we could reduce the next spell by the same amount, and it's relatively free, right? So when we take the spell consideration in one turn, this is kind of like a 1 mana 3/5, assuming we get the full 3 mana in reduction, and that's pretty efficient. Anubisath Defender is leaving, so we don't have a free 3/5 with Taunt, so this kind of fills in. I'm curious, this seems good. I'm not sure how quickly we're going to be able to ramp as Druid, but cheating mana, we always love to see it. Soul of the Forest with rare tag now, and nature is fine. Druid of the Claw is now a 5/4, which transforms into a 5/4 with Rush, or a 5/6 with Taunt. So we're improved from the 4/4 with Charge or the 4/6 with Taunt. At 5 mana, that was definitely too expensive for the stats. At least these bodies are a little bit more relevant. I think this is brought up to scale with the new meta. I don't think it's still good. Nature spell, Force of Nature, good. Menagerie Warden, now a 5 mana 4/4. I think instead of a 6 mana 5/5, this was one of the first cards they teased when they were introducing the core set. Friendly Beast. Beast Druid's just never really taken off. I really wish it did, but it doesn't seem like it. We still have Moonfang, so it's very important to note that like Moonfang is now copyable, and that could be a problem. It's probably one of the most powerful beasts they've released, which I think would be really cool if we could start duplicating it. Nourish is a nature spell. Ancient of War, classic, and Cenarius is 8 mana. Oh my gosh, we're giving our boy some love. Unless they change him, I'm pretty sure he was always 9 mana. Give your other minions 2/2 or summon 2/2 with Taunt. Okay, so I mispronounced that terribly. Oh my god, 2/2 treants with Taunt. So they're just changing him to 8, which is cool. Love to see it. Moving on to Hunter. Arcane Shot, so we have Arcane in Hunter. Interesting. I actually wasn't expecting Arcane to really make it into Hunter. I was really seeing this as Mage, but we'll see what tribals they have. There's got to be some other stuff. Lock and Load. Lock and Load in the core set's pretty spicy. That's cool. I think like, I don't know, it's weird because like Spell Hunter is obviously not going to be a thing. And I'm not going to say obviously. Spell Hunters had difficulty being a thing. Rokhdalar was probably one of the best weapons to have ever come out to force Spell Hunter to work. So this could be a very basic like requirement in the core set to make sure Spell Hunter is a archetype that can exist. And I think this is a good way of doing so. Tracking, discover a card. Ooh, oh, this is cool because we're not getting rid of the other copies. That's a big change. Because here's the significance. Sometimes when you play tracking, you like usually it's in more aggressive decks and you don't mind thinning your deck out. But you're not going to run out of steam as quickly because tracking isn't making you lose 2 cards. So this is actually a really cool change. I think this is, in a lot of cases, a strict improvement. Sometimes it's a little worse because we do like to thin the deck out. But this is cool. I didn't realize tracking would be changed like that. I like it. Web Spinner, the OG boy from Nax, coming back. Explosive Trap is a fire spell. We get another tribal of fire. Freezing Trap gets the frost. Nice. Headhunter's Hatchet. Really? Okay, so I mean, well, yeah, you know, I could see this being there, right? Hunter's definitely known for beasts, so this weapon absolutely would make the cut. Quick Shot, love to see it. That's a classic spell, especially with the Lock and Load being in the set. That's really cool. Hyena, Selective Breeder. Hold on. 2 mana 1/1. Battle Cry. Discover a copy of a beast in your deck. All right. I'm hesitant to say this card's going to be really strong, but my gut says it was strong because it's discovering a copy. Anytime we said discover a copy, those cards have historically just felt really good. The first card that comes to mind is Tortolan Pillager Pilgrim, the Shelly 8 mana mage minion that discovered a copy of a spell. This straight up gives us a second instance of fuel right? Like, this seems really good. Because now, like, you can force it to guarantee to give you something that you'd want rather than getting rid of the extra copy, kind of like how tracking is going to do. I like this card. It's very slow. Admittedly, this is very slow, and Hunter generally doesn't like slower stuff, but no. 2 mana on turn 2 for Hunter. Are we really gonna want to play a 1/1? If we're discovering a copy of a beast, can we do some stuff with the pig? Like pig OTK? Because now we have access to more copies of a beast, right? This is up in the air. This could be good. I don't think so because it's slow, but there's got to be some synergy that I'm missing at some point, which if you guys, like I said, if you do see any combos or interesting stuff, please let me know in the comments below. Snake Trap's coming back. Bear Shark, love to see our old boy. Deadly Shot, Dire Frenzy, High Mane, and King Crush. Alright, so we got a lot of basic stuff from Hunter. Cool additions, though. Moving on to Mage, we have Pavelstone, Babbling Book. Love to see my boy coming back. That's always cool. Shooting Star is an arcane spell, which is really nice. We get a little bit of that. Snap Freeze is a frost spell. This costs 1 mana. I think this used to cost 2, didn't it? I remember this card being so bad without the frozen tag, because 2 mana to freeze a minion was terrible. Arcanologist, that's kind of spooky move to standard. This card's insane and wild even right now, so like I could see that being relevant. Fallen Hero, not sure how relevant that's going to be, but that's always good. Arcane Intellect, an arcane spell, love to see it. Cone of Cold, the Cock is 3 mana. At 4 mana, I think it was too expensive. At 3 mana, this kind of competes with Frost Nova, which, yeah, we don't even have Frost Nova anymore, so this is kind of your mass freezing AoE, which is really cool. Counterspell is an arcane spell, which is good to know. Like, even the secrets are going to have some spell tribal. Ice Barrier is a frost spell. That's really cool. Mirror Entity is arcane. Fireball is fire. Element, yeah, that's normal. Ooh, wait. Egwin? 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 Egwin the Guardian, 5 mana, 5/5 spell damage plus 2. Okay. Death Rattle, the next minion you draw inherits these powers. Huh? So, the next time... So, basically, to my understanding, the way this minion works is it's a 5 mana, 5/5 spell damage 2 Death Rattle. When this dies, the next minion you draw will now additionally have spell damage plus 2 and Death Rattle. The next minion will gain this Death Rattle and spell damage. This is cool. Oh, that's really cool. You probably got to be careful with the way that you build your deck, right? In this case, like, if our lab partner hits, like, 3 spell damage, that's kind of nuts. Right, like 1 mana for 3 spell damage is dangerous. But then if we also whiff and this hits our, you know, like 7 or 8 mana spell generating minion if we're running it in some type of mid-range deck, or, you know, like Arcanology, even if it's like Water Elemental, right, or something like that, like it's expensive to get the spell damage out. This is a cool card. I think this has got a lot of potential. There might be a way to force this onto specific minions where we can get hyper efficient spell damage. This is a cool card. Maybe it's just because I'm a mage freak. I'm excited to see that one. Ethereal Conjurer, a 6/4. I don't know if this got buffed in Wild, because I know as a 6/3 it was a little bit weaker, but love to see Ethereal Conjurer coming back. Koldara Drake is a 6/7, so Boulder Fist Ogre straight up got wrecked. But we are happy to see Koldara Drake coming back. And Flame Strike, a fire spell epic, deal 5 damage to all enemy minions. So Flame Strike kind of getting the revamp into the new meta of the power creep a little bit. We needed a buff Flame Strike, which is really cool. Moving on to Paladin, we have the Holy Tribal tag for Avenge. Avenge is coming back as cool. Noble Sack is great. Reckoning. A Holy Secret. After an enemy minion deals 3 or more damage, destroy it. Whoa. Yo, wait. This is kind of nuts. Right? 1 mana destroy a minion is good. And this is dealing damage. This doesn't deal damage to face. So, like, if my opponent drops a massive minion... Like, for example, right? Like, like Deathwing Mad Aspect as a 12/12. If I just like this is straight up like the equivalent of playing a snail into Swamp King Dread, right? Because it comes in, it's about to deal 12 damage into something, and then because that dealt 3 or more damage, it's destroyed. This doesn't need to deal it to face. Like if I put up a taunt against one big thing to stop it, if he has to punch that thing through, this is straight up 1 mana destroy a minion. This card's nuts. I'm willing to bet this card is insane. This feels really strong, really efficient. I don't know if it's going to be the whole like worth a card slot in a deck. So I hope there's some level of secret tribal that makes this worth it, but this is a cool card. Righteous Protector coming back. Argent Protector as a 3/2, finally a relevant 2-drop. You love to see him getting a little bit of a buff. Holy Light as a holy spell. Restore 8 health to your hero, so we're getting a little bit of an upgrade to Holy Light, making it relevant. Pursuit of Justice is a brand new card that we are seeing. 2 mana holy spell. Give +1 attack to your Silverhand recruits you summon this game. They're finally giving permanent buffs in Standard. I mean, I'm sure they've done it before, right? Yeah, like they've done it before with like Mistcaller and Keleseth and things like that. This is cool. This is something they needed to give to Druid Paladin. Or just Paladin in general, because they keep trying to force this Silverhand Recruit archetype without giving a universal Anthem buff. The way that like Magic the Gathering tribals have like general enchantments, this is what I would call an enchantment, right? Like we play a spell and now it is an ongoing effect. Not sure how relevant it's going to be. Maybe with the loss of some cards, we'll have to bring Lithraxian back with the bubbles, because then a 1/1 bubble is very different than a 2/1 bubble. But this is a cool card. I hope that Dude Paladin can get some relevance, because I've always loved those kind of token decks. Aldor Peacekeeper, love to see it. Equality as a holy spell down to 3 mana. Love to see it. Just a good change. I think when they pushed it from 2 to 4, it really slowed everything down. Putting it at 3 seems relevant. Warhorse Trainer as a 3/4 with Silverhand Recruit buff. Nice. We're getting some Silverhand stuff back. Blessing of Kings. Blessing of Kings is a 4/4 holy spell. Nice. Consecration is also holy. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't really think about that. True Silver Champ, OG, Stand Against Darkness. Love to see the dude stuff coming in. Guardian of Kings. Wow, this is getting changed. A 7 mana 5/7 taunt and restores 6 health. This is a staple. Boom, we can slow down the board a little bit. I think you can do more efficient stuff than Guardian of Kings, but glad to see that this card got a significant change to be a little bit more relevant. And Tyrion, our boy, coming back. So we love to see it. That reminds me, Antonidas is gone. All the other classes had their OG legendaries, except there's no Kane here. But we did lose on Antonidas, so F to my boy. Moving on to Priest. Wow, oh my gosh, Priest getting so much rework stuff, right? Crimson Clergy. After a friendly character is healed, gain 1 attack, so Baby Light Warden. As a 1/3, that's like important to note. Anything that's like 1/3 stats, pretty decent 1-drop. Frazzled Freshman, once again, it was a 1/4. It was a card that my friends and I, we argued about it before. I said the card was like good, but not worth the 1-drop slot in a lot of Priest decks. And other than the Rally Priest and like Inner Fire shenanigans where we were trying to buff stats really quickly, I'd say predominantly I was kind of correct in that assessment, that the card's very strong, but like we still, I guess in Priest as an archetype, choose to try and not run those types of things because they don't really slow the game down that much. Contesting the board for 1 mana with 1 very small minion in Priest as a controlling deck, I think we just want to do more defensive stuff, more valuable things. So Crimson Clergy, I think this is a little bit better because it gains attack, right? Because it gains attack, this is a little bit more relevant, in my opinion, just because now it's not stuck at 1 attack without some type of buff. So this can become relevant. Cool card, for sure, cool card. Northshire Cleric vibes, but definitely nowhere near as good. Flash Heal, restore 5, holy spell, nice. Focused Will, I believe this is a brand new spell. 1 mana, silence a minion, then give it 3 health. Bro, all I'm saying is my Ancient Watcher is coming back. Like, it's not gonna be good, but this is straight up like, what was a 2 mana spell? A 2 mana, silence a minion, draw a card, silence a friendly minion from Karazhan. Is it Purify? Let me know what if you guys remember that. Focus Will, though. This seems cool. Basically only in that application. Otherwise, it is silencing, so that is relevant. Holy Smite is a holy spell. Psychic Conjurer. Culturon Chaplain's good. Shadow Word Death is a shadow spell. So we have another tribal here. Shadow Word Death. Shadow Form. Interesting here that Shadow Form is no longer going to upgrade. So before, Shadow Form used to have this same text, your hero power becomes deal 2 damage, but then if you played the second copy in your deck, because that's kind of a dead card once it's a second, it upgrades to dealing 3 damage. So we are losing, currently here, the upgrade to Shadow Form, but cool that they're bringing it back. Really interesting though, because they originally got rid of Shadow Form and rotated it out because it was breaking Priest's class identity. But I guess now with the core set, we are okay with having a Shadow set of spells in addition to the Holy spells. So we have a Light and Shadow Form for Priests, which is going to be interesting to see how it works. Thrive in the Shadows is another card they released. Discover a spell from your deck. This is basically like... we just talked about this. It's the 2-mana Shadow Visions. There we go. It's kind of like Shadow Visions. I'd argue a little bit worse, but I think we're welcome to see some spell tutoring and Priest. I think that's always good and we can find some place for it. Light Spawn is now a 3-mana 4/4 instead of a 4-mana 5/5. I think the card's a little bit worse in that case, but could still be relevant if we get enough health buffing stuff. Shadowed Spirit, 3-mana 4/3 Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Okay, so yeah, Priest is straight up getting their aggressive stuff now. Pretty neat. I know this card's brand new. I'm not sure how Priest is going to handle with a archetype of going faster. I'm hesitant to say it's going to be good, but like we've also seen Warrior with an extremely defensive hero power bringing out some of the scariest aggressive decks, so maybe Priest can do it too. With the cards like this and the 2-mana 2/1, what is it, Kobold Sandtrooper, is that what it is? And like Leper Gnome and stuff, like we'll have a lot of direct damage, which I think is going to be really cool. That nothing is going to get like scaled out of control yet. Holy Nova is a holy spell, nice power infusion. 4 mana for +2/+6. Was this? I feel like this card was under a different name. I wanted to no, because the Power Word Tentacles was different, right? From Whispers of the Old Gods. I feel like this card was different, but the art's similar. Either way, +2/+6, just good buff. At 4 mana, I believe this, yeah. Shadow Word Ruin, Shadow Spell, Temple Enforcer, and Natalie Celine coming back. I love to see it. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where that one fits, but that'll be good. Rogue. Okay, hold up. Rogue's gonna have a lot of good stuff. I feel like that's gonna be changed. Deal 2 damage to an undamaged minion. That hasn't changed. Prep is 2 less. Shadow Step's a shadow spell. Nice. Return of Bladed Cultist. Combo, gain 1/1. This 1-drop was alright. I'm not sure if that was entirely great before, but I mean, it's an old card, like we love to see it. Deadly Poison with the Nature tag. Once again, I don't know where these tags are going to be coming in yet. I'm not seeing anything that's like tribal-wise sticking to specific types, but Deadly Poison, cool to know. Sinister Strike is still making it back. I'm actually kind of surprised this is here, which is interesting. Swashbuckler, nice. This is an OG boy. Classic for the Thief Rogue and Stealing Rogue stuff, so we're going to have a 1-drop that helps to generate some cards. Cold Blood coming back, Patient Assassin. So we're giving him a lot of stealth, a lot of maneuverability. Vanessa Van Cleef was a card that I believe was teased earlier, but just to go over it, 2-mana 2/3 combo. Add a copy of the last card your opponent played to your hand. So I believe Vanessa Van Cleef is the daughter of Edwin, if I'm not mistaken. It's an interesting card because the combo potential makes me feel like we can play it early on just to generate a quick resource, or we hold on to her late game, so if my opponent wants to drop something big like their Ysera, I basically have a 2-mana 2/3, give me a Ysera. So this is absolutely fitting in the Thief Rogue style of gameplay. I don't know if we're going to fully go into territory of powerful and like tempo-based stuff, but Vanessa Van Cleef, awesome card, love the art, definitely think this is going to be a cool card. Plague Scientist, give friendly minion poisonous. I think this is relevant, but he's coming back. SI7 Agent, nice, OG. Assassin's Blade at 4 mana for a 2/5 instead of a 5 mana 3/4. So very significant change here. At 4 mana with 5 durability, if they give any weapon buffing to Rogue, they need to be very cautious of what's available. With Nitro Boost is it poison or the nitro boost potion plus deadly poison, like on self-sharpening sword right now, that's actually very relevant in the standard meta, and giving 5 durability on a weapon seems like that could be a problem too. Assassin's Blade at 5 as a 3/4 never saw play in most recent years. It did used to way back when with like Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. If you guys played Hearthstone way back then, shout out to you for sticking out this long. So I feel like this is alright. Definitely, I think at 2 attack it's not great, so like we're gonna chuck this into any deck that has some weapon buffing, but I feel like at its core set, we'll print a better weapon and probably outsource Assassin's Blade, like we don't need it. Assassinate getting dropped down to 4 mana. I figured at 5 mana it was too weak. That was my initial impression with Cthulhu the Shattered with the different pieces feeling underwhelming. Maw of Cthulhu being a 5 mana Assassinate, they're putting it down to 4 mana, so now we can see the value of destroying a minion and a card is straight up 4 mana. I think it's a good change, not sure if it's going to be seen. I have a problem with this, not because I think it's a good or bad card, I'm just traumatized. Tomb Pillager is an awesome card. Death Rattle adding a coin to your hand, we're giving Rogue more shenanigans with coins, you love to see it. This has always just been a powerful card. There's no doubt in my mind this is going to be seeing play. In tempo and value generation, like, you get a very strong minion on board plus a coin, we love to see it. Sprint dropped down to 6 mana, it wasn't even being played at 7, I don't know if it's still going to be played at 6, but if we are slowing the game down significantly enough where, actually I kind of feel like we are, giving him Sinister Strike but no like Eviscerate or anything like that, I feel like Rogue is relatively slowed down, where Sprint at 6 might even see play. Because we could prep it down to 4 instead of 5, and 4 mana draw 4 feels good. Moving to Shaman, I know Shaman got quite a bit of a rework with overload stuff, so Lightning Bolt and Nature Spell, we're happy to see that. The new Flame Imp, 1 mana 3/2 spell damage plus 1, overload 1. This card scares me. Shaman has notoriously been kind of Oonga Boonga, and this is what you want to do at turn 1. Like, we ran Surging Tempest as a 1/3 that sometimes became a 2/3. We would run... God, we just ran so many other minions, like 2/2s, literally just for the sake of stats. This is better. And overloading 1, I mean, it's Shaman. Yeah, turn 2 could be relevant, but maybe. Menacing Nimbus at a random elemental. So nice, Shaman's getting more elemental and nature stuff. We're happy to see it. Love this card. Rockbiter weapons and nature. Interesting. Rockbiter, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Nature for Wind Fury. Nice. Feral Spirit now overloads for 1, which is better. We didn't really care about it too much at the time. Lightning Storm guaranteed 3 damage instead of 2 to 3. Nature Spell once again, so Lightning Storm now getting its buff that I think it needed. Manatide Totem's fine. Unbound Elemental. Is this in the classic set? I believe so. Draenei Totem Carver. Wow, alright. So we're trying to give some totem love here as well. Playing +1/+1 for each friendly totem. So this thing was good in some variants of Totem Shaman. I feel like it saw a little bit of play just because you drop this as like a pretty hefty bomb of stats. I think we need a little bit more totem synergy at its core set. But since this is the core and we're still going to have some of the previous cards, we still have a Grand Totem Eyesore, or whatever that big eyeball was. And if I think Splitting Axe is still going to be relevant, so we have a good chunk of Antotemic Reflection. I think that might be rotating. A lot of good totem stuff though, so like this is definitely a very powerful thing that we can use to make totems work. Hex is a nature spell. Tidal Surge as a 4 mana deal 4 damage to a minion, lifesteal. I know we had this card before, it's a nature spell now. I'm not sure if we need this, but I mean, Shaman's always happy to get more life. Give them Doomhammer, they're happy with it. Earth Elemental overloads for 2 instead of 3, once again bringing it up to the new power level. Earth Elemental now dealing 4 damage. Cool, so we have a little bit more of a tribal effect going on. I'm happy this card got buffed, I don't think it saw play otherwise. So nice to see it's dealing 4, and Alakir, our boy, coming back. And then once again, that reminds me, Vanessa kicked out Edwin, feels bad, but... And then obviously Prophet Velen's gone. Moving on to Warlock. Alright, one of my favorite classes, let's check this out. Ritual of Doom, this is a brand new spell, 0 mana spell. I think I have a few friends who will instantly call this 5-star because it's 0. Shadow spell, destroy a friendly minion. If you had 5 or more, summon a 5/5 demon. Okay, so this is 0 mana, turn a minion into a 5/5 if your board is full. How easily can we fill our boards as Warlock? We don't have Forbidden Ritual anymore, which used to be like the easy peasy fill the board. The cards related, Demonic Tyrant, that's a 5 mana 5/5. This seems cool. I don't know how quickly we can get there. I believe Galakron is rotating, so the Galakron hero power is going to be a little bit harder to get all the way up. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I want to say Galakron is rotating. If he isn't, that makes this spell a lot easier to use. This is really reminding me of Sack Pact, right? Which, looking at the background, we don't have Sack Pact anymore, but like, are you really using 0 mana to destroy a minion to summon a 5/5 or gain 5 health? And this isn't really summoning a 5/5, it's like transforming into a 5/5, right? Because we have to destroy a minion to get the 5/5. This could be good. I think in Zoo this could be good because it's extremely mana efficient, and I think in early cases you could snowball up a lot of minions, and if at any point we can create a wide enough board with summoning a lot of imps, this should be doable. Flame Imp, our boy, coming back. Mortal Coil, now a shadow spell. Possessed Villager, my boy. This, you love to see it. He's coming back. He's here to stick around. Drain Soul, Life Steal, do 300 to minion. Shadow spell. I know this is an OG card. I forget what set it is, but it's coming back. Tiny Knight of Evil, yes! Oh, he's coming back. Whenever you discard a card, gain 1/1. So we got some discard synergy going into the core set for Warlock. Void Terror, now a 3/4. I don't know if this card's ever going to be relevant for like a big demon, but it was always a cool card. Fiendish Circle is a fell spell that's going to summon imps, so we have a little bit of fuel for the Ritual of Doom. Hellfire Classic. Lakari Fellhound. Part of me wanted to say this card was not great when it was released, but I think there was a time where we ran it because of some discard synergy. I'm not sure if this was the time of Silverware Golem or Fist of Jaraxxus, but I remember seeing this card from time to time. So like, we're giving some discard stuff, I'm happy to see it. Fellsoul Jailer, I believe this card was showcased in the beginning of the core set reveal, but just to cap up. 5 mana 4/6 Demon, Battlecry, your opponent discards a minion and Death Rattle, return it. I love this card only because it disrupts my opponent. Your opponent discarding a minion, you're happy to see it, you can kind of force them away, and Death Rattle, obviously you give it back. If we can figure out a way to silence our own minion here, it's a pretty fun way to deny them an entire minion. I haven't seen a way to do it yet. Hopefully we'll figure it out, but I love Disruption. I'm sure I'm going to overrate this card because I've always overvalued Disruption, but that's the Magic the Gathering player in me. I like this card. Don't know if it's going to be good, but I'm happy to see it. Siphon Soul, a shadow spell now at 5 mana, really cool. Dread Infernals, same thing. Enslaved Felllord, this is a brand new card, 7 mana, 4/10 demon, taunt. Also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. Wow, we're giving Warlock some cleave now. Whenever it says also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks, I refer to this effect as cleave. It's kind of like a Foe Reaper 9000 Cave Hydra thing, like you just cleave the things. I think there's a few other cards, like the Warrior Weapon from the Death Knight. Pretty cool. I don't know how much we're going to be able to buff the attack in Warlock, but this is a brick wall that stops aggro. Like, you drop this, aggro cries. OG Demon Hunter, they're crying when they're trying to build wide boards, and you just kill them. This is a really cool card. Not sure how great it's going to be, but definitely a really cool inclusion here. Twisting Nether is a shadow spell, nice. And Jaraxxus, our boy. Alright, so he's just getting revamped to a hero card now, which I think everyone was like, why isn't he becoming a hero? Now, I gotta be honest here. This is something that I need to know, because this is OG Jaraxxus in my brain versus now. With the way that this card is structured, our health cap stays at 30 instead of dropping to 15, and we're gaining armor from Jaraxxus. If Jaraxxus lets our health cap stay at 30 and we gain a 3/8 weapon with a hero power to summon 6/6s, you're about to face Jaraxxus, Eredar, Lord of the Burning Legion. Like, he's coming back. If your health cap can stay at 30, he's coming. Like, oh lord, he coming. At 15 health, it was so risky to play it because you were genuinely in danger of losing. But if he... The way that this card is shown now, it comes off that we don't go down to 15. And that's really scary for Jaraxxus. So, he is an OG legendary getting a little bit of a rework. I think he's actually terrifying, and I'm excited. We'll move on to Warrior here. New card, Bloodsail Deckhand, a 1 mana 2/1 pirate. The next weapon you play costs 1 less. Already a really cool card. I think this is going to be very powerful. This isn't 1 less for this turn. It's a permanent, an ongoing weapon cost reduction. So aggro pirate warrior or just warrior in general always be running weapons. So this thing is kind of like a free 2-1. Ankar, if we still have for the time being, that's going to be really good. I don't know what other weapons are going to have, so hold on. I know this card's going to be good, though. This card immediately in my brain screams strong. Shield Slam is good. Whirlwind, we love to see. Whirlwind? Was Whirlwind... Did they change it to 2 mana, or am I stupid? There is a Whirlwind effect that is 2 mana, right? But this one's 1, so of course that's getting 1 mana Whirlwind. I don't know why I remember this being different. Armorsmith, Taskmaster, Execute, Slam, Fiery, Lose Axe. It used to be a Win Axe. Yo, we can get 2 mana Win Axe back. The synergy is here. Frothing Berserker, War Cache. Ooh, cool new spell. Add a random warrior minion spell and weapon to your hand. Okay, so this is literally Warrior's version of, what was it, Hunter's Pack? Like the Hunter's Instinct. You know what I'm talking about. There was a Hunter one that did almost the exact same thing. Really cool for some value generation in Warrior. I think we'd be happy to see that. Warsong Commander getting reworked for the 20,000th time. Realistically, I think it's like the 4th or 5th time. After you summon another minion, give it Rush. Proactive Broom. Warsong Commander may finally see play again. You'll love to see it. I'm happy. Warsong Commander is relevant again. Warsong Outrider. This is a brand new card. 4 mana 5/4 with Rush. Okay, so this is a vanilla minion. 4 mana 5/4 with Rush. The only reason why I'm pointing this out is because way back in Druid, we have Druid of the Claw, which is now a 5 mana 5/4 with Rush. I like how they're still showing the old Druid of the Claw. So Druid's flexibility of increasing the cost by 1 mana, we are now giving just as a vanilla minion to Warrior. We give him Brawl again, Shield Maiden. Love to see our lovely misses back. I used to love this card. It fell off a little bit because obviously it was a little bit less relevant, but I think in the core set we're happy to see it. Gorehowl and Grom, we're happy to see those boys. So let's move on to neutrals. Neutrals I think are going to be really cool, and we got a lot of fun things to go over. So that's a perfect core set. He's back. The Tiny Finn's back. Happy to see him. Beast of Sergeants, a 1/1 Arcane Anomaly from was this Karazhan? After you cast a spell, give this minion 1 health. Love to see it. Cogmaster! Oh, baby, the GVG coming back. Happy to see a little bit of Mech Tribal coming in here in the core set. That's really cool. Stone Tusk, no! They killed my pig! He's a 2/1 with Rush. No. Alright, well, scratch everything I said about Hunter. No. I mean, I understand they're trying to get rid of Charge. Like, I guess Charge is no longer a Hearthstone thing. It's a Demon Hunter thing now, right? Voodoo Doctor's cool. Infiltrator's fine. Young Priestess is cool. Ooze is a rare, but same thing. A Noyotron. Oh, yeah, he's coming back, baby. All these cards are the same. Bluegill War. Oh, God. I don't think this is great. I mean, that's good, right? 2 mana 3 damage, like, into anything. And with Murloc synergy, we could definitely scale its attack a little bit more, but we're losing Charge. Kind of a big thing to note. Crazed Alchemist, Direwolf Alpha, nothing changed. Explosive Sheep! Oh, my good old Mage AoE. Explosive Sheep is coming back. We'd love to see him. This is a new one. Fog Sail Freebooter, 2 mana 2/2 Pirate. If you have a weapon equipped, deal 2 damage. This seems good. For me, this is a 2 mana 2/2 Pirate that comes with a cannon shot, right? Like the ship's cannon way back when. If there is a aggro pirate tribal that's going to exist in probably Warrior with maybe Rogue. My gut says Warrior because they have that 1 mana 2/1. I think there's going to be a Pirate Warrior that comes out and you're going to run 2 of these just for the burst damage. I think it's good. Kobold Geomancer, Loot Hoarder, the Bomba. Was Mad Bomber in the core set? I think he was. Or Classic set? I think he was. Tide Hunter's here. Nerubian Egg. Interesting. So we got a little bit of a Naxxramas coming back with a neutral minion that we're happy to destroy. So Zoo is getting Nerubian Egg. That's basically the big thing to take away here. Excited to see that come out. Classic old card. Kind of happy that's interesting that that's coming in. River Croc. We can't get rid of our boy. Sunreaver Spy. Wait, Intoxica. Oh, that means we got rid of, not River Croc, the Raptor. Our Raptor's gone. No. He wouldn't have seen play anyways, but like, you know. Give your weapon one attack. I think we've seen a lot of these cards we just don't see super often. Brightwing is here to make a scene. Humongous. Ancient Watcher's gone, but Humongous Razorleaf is here. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm gonna try my hand lock stuff. Wait, that also means Sun Fury Protector's gone. Yeah, so there's a lot of cards that are missing here. Obviously we see a lot of these, but like we're missing quite a few. So, like with Argent or Sun Fury Protector gone, this is harder to taunt. So like if Defender of Argus isn't here, then this whole like handlock style of Priest / Warlock is gone. Ice Rager, I love the meme. Magma Rager's gone, but we don't need him. Blade Master's cool. Ironbeak Owl, we're happy to see. Mukla Panther, the lone champion. I forget what set this was from, but definitely a solid, decent inclusion. Mini Mage, no one cared about him. Raid Leader getting buffed to a 2/3. I don't think it's going to see a ton of play, but good to know that they're keeping the card relevant. Oh, the premium stats. OG Spider Tank. I'm happy we're getting a lot of mech stuff back. Like, mechs were really an underrepresented tribal in the most recent sets since GVG, so I'm happy they're trying to push it in the core set. Stone Skin Basilisk. We don't get Baron Riv. Whoa. This will be cool. Baron Rivendare absolutely is going to be shaking up a little bit of the meta. Not sure exactly how, but I mean, he's always found a way to kind of make things a little bit stronger. Death Warden is still relevant in Standard. It's not part of the core set, but there's a 3-mana 2/5 Death Rattles don't trigger in Standard right now, so that'll be a way to counter Baron Rivendare, so it's pretty cool to see that. BGH at 4, he was 3, then 5, and never saw play at 5. 4 might be a little bit more relevant. Premium stats on the Yeti. Did they just put the staple, like, premium stats minions in here? 2-mana 2/3, 3-mana 3/4, 4-mana 4/5. Was there a 5-mana 5/6? So I haven't even looked yet if Pit Fighter's in here. That's really funny. Dark Iron Dwarf. Argus is a 3/3. Nice. So we do have Defender of Argus. That's still relevant. Grim Necromancer. Not sure if this card's great, but still relevant. Destroying a Secret. Senjin Shieldmaster. Love to see him. Violet Teacher's cool. Faceless Manipulator. He's coming back. Gorobashi. I believe this used to be... Was it a 2/7? I want to say this used to be a 2/7. I don't think it's much more different at a 2/8, but cool that that card's here. The Overlord Runethek is one of the brand new cards they are introducing for the core set. It's a 5-mana 3/6 Rush. Whenever this attacks, give 1/1 to all minions in your hand. Once again, this has just been my personal philosophy on these cards. I feel like hand buffing has been relatively underwhelming in Hearthstone's history. There's been a few instances, like Don Honcho was just pretty darn efficient, so you would able to drop a big bomb, like a card that normally isn't a threat became a threat. For this to work, you have to hold minions in your hand, and for you to hold minions in your hand, you're not really developing and proactive against the board. So this feels not great to me. If we can make it work and we can give some stuff some cool stats and make it more efficient, more power to Overlord Runethek, but my gut says we're not going to see this stick around for very long. The Tiger's here. Okay, this is something new I haven't seen. I assume this has to have some relation to Tyrion. So Talon Fordring, 5-mana 3/3. Taunt Divine Shield, nice. So basically, maybe younger brother, right? He's smaller. Death Rattle, draw your highest cost minion. Ooh. This card bussin', bro. This is gonna see play, for sure. A tutor for the highest cost minion in your deck. There's a lot of instances where you just want to find the big bomb that you need to drop next. And since it's a minion, like we can draw, we'll get to them. Some of the biggest dragons that are getting reworked here. We have Tyrion, any of the other big legendaries and stuff. Like, this is a cool stall card that gets you cards. Karen, a 5/5, summoning 5/5 Bane Bloodhoof. Happy to see that he's getting a little bit of a buff with Baron Rivendare. This really brings me back to the OG meta, where that's really cool. So Gadget Zan Auctioneer, happy. High Inquisitor Whitemane, 6-mana 5/7. This used to be a 7-mana 5/8, I believe. The utility is a little bit more relevant. I'm pretty happy with this card. I'm not sure if we'll ever see it with a ton of play, but considering we can get coins and stuff, like if I brawl and then Whitemane, like I just refill a board, it's pretty cool. That's now possible if we have like 1 coin. I don't think we'll play around that, but this dropping down to 6 does open some potential. Baron Geddon's a 7/7 instead of a 7/5. Really cool that they buffed Baron Geddon. Happy to see him in the core set restatted for 2021. Baron Stablehand, 7 mana 5/5. He replaced. Did he replace Rag? This isn't Rag. Summon a random beast. I don't care. No one really cares about this card. It's gonna be alright. Oh, we didn't see him before. Wait. Start of game. If this is in both players' decks, turns are all. Bro, you're kidding. What? I mean, if they're down to clown, right? It's a 7 mana 8/8. So here's the thing, like, do you want to run a 7 mana 8/8? That's not bad. Like, it's pretty stat efficient. So now what happens if you're both running it? God, that's so weird. I don't know how to evaluate this card at all. Because this is something we've never seen. This is the thumbnail card for sure. I think it's good. 7 mana 8/8's fine, and if both players run it, this is how I see it. I've been playing the game for a very long time. I feel I am better than the average Hearthstone player, therefore I will be able to be more efficient and optimal in my 15 seconds than they are. Now, if we combine both Nozdormus and Legacy, right? This Nozdormu and the opponent's Nozdormu, and then you play Noz, that means their turns are like, what, 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds? If it's still working off a multiplicative effect and they don't just say 15 seconds when we know that's not how it works. This is dope. I'm excited. Stormwatcher Classic coming back. Stormwind Champion at a 7/7 instead of a 6/6. Buff to 2021. Love to see it. Arcane Devourer when you cast a spell gain 2/2. I think this used to be like a 7 mana 4/4. Or I don't remember having this much health, but definitely as a 4/8, it's a lot better. I think this card is really strong. Alexstrasza the Life Binder. So now we're going to look at all the OG dragons. I don't believe we saw Alexstrasza either, so this is new. 9 mana 8/8, so same stats. Battle cry, choose a character. If it's friendly, restore 8. If it's an enemy, deal 8. Ooh, okay. So we're no longer hard setting health to 15. Alexstrasza just deals 8 damage straight away. In this case, I feel like it's a little bit harder to justify just pointing Alexstrasza to face. But big body, big heal. 8 mana 8/8, restore 8 health, right? Compare this to Libram of Hope. Libram of Hope is a 9 mana 8/8, Divine Shield, Taunt, and restore 8. This has the flexibility to deal 8 damage, though. I like new Alexstrasza. New Alexstrasza is cool. I think this is a better approach than setting people's life in terms of game balancing. I think I'm happier with it. Malygos, draw spells until your hand is full. 9 mana 4/12. This is a card that was showed in the base set of reworked dragons. I personally said I have no idea how to evaluate this card. I feel like it's not going to be great because we don't want to fill our hand with dragon or with spells. If we're trying to just fill up like Burn Mage, I felt like I would put this in a Burn Mage deck as like an absolute 9 mana refill, but friends were saying like, you know, in Burn Mage you're trying to kill them earlier than this anyways. But my logic went in Burn Mage we were also running Pyroblast, so like we're prepping around getting to turn 10 anyways. So rather than run Pyroblast, why don't we run Malygos? And now we have a body, and the next turn on turn 10 anyways, you're going to have the fuel to kill them again. Which we don't have Pyroblast anymore, by the way. So Malygos, now looking at some of the base spells we have, this is probably even worse. But interesting. I'm excited to see if people can figure out ways to force combos with it. Onyxia, the Broodmother, I believe this is a brand new dragon that hasn't been shown before. 9 mana 8/8. At the end of each turn, fill your board with 1/1 welds. So actually a strict upgrade from OG Onyxia. Really cool. Definitely upgraded to the 2021 standard. Not sure if it's going to be great or not, but happy to fill our boards. Definitely a cool card. Sleepy Dragon, big boy with taunt, Ysera the Dreamer. So hold up. This has changed a little bit. Ysera's dream cards are different. I want to see if I can find the picture that my friend posted. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up Discord here. This is the new spells of Ysera's stuff. We have Dream, which is now a 1 mana spell that only targets enemy minions. Emerald Drake is the same. Laughing Sister dropped to 2 mana. Nightmare only giving 4/4 as a shadow spell. And Ysera Awakens is to minions and a nature spell and costs 3. So the spells are definitely different. There's no way that we can infinitely dream our Ysera's back to back. Absolutely cool card though. I think this is a really nice fuel for any control deck, and they'd be happy to use it. Ysera the Dreamer is awesome. Deathwing the Destroyer. I think Deathwing straight up just gets an upgrade. Destroy all other minions, discard a card for each card destroyed, so we don't just whiff on our entire hand. If it's an empty board, it's a 10 mana 12/12, which is not the best, but we're happy to play it. And Clockwork Giant. Costs 1 less for each card in my opponent's hand. He's an OG boy coming back, so we're happy to see another giant, but we are losing all the other ones. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the core set revealed for the next Hearthstone Standard meta. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking around to the end. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to check out some more videos. Additionally, comment down below any interesting combos, interesting fun cards, deck ideas you may have, because I am interested to hear what you guys have. This was a lot longer of a video, but I did want to go over everything at once, so I appreciate you all sticking around. And until next time, take care. I need an outro, so this is the outro. Bye.